Hello and welcome to a new episode of Commander Durdle. In this episode we're using a legendary creature from Ixalan, which ties in with the recent set musings I did for that set. And the creature I've chosen, well, it couldn't be anything else but a dinosaur. So I'm going to use Gishath Sun's Avatar. It's a 5 red, green, white 7/6 legendary creature dinosaur avatar. It has trample, vigilance and haste. So whenever Gishath deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from your top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So what I've done to seed this deck, and this is a heavier seed, there's a heaviest seed I think I've ever done, because I wanted to make sure I included in here as many dinosaurs that are in the set as possible. It is a very dinosaur heavy set. I'm not even sure, well, they're probably retrospectively oracled some creatures to dinosaurs, but yeah, this was, I think, the first instance of the dinosaur type. I'm not sure if there was any dinosaurs prior to this, but anybody watching this can correct me if I'm wrong as to which sets and which creature in particular was a dinosaur prior to Ixalan. So you can see we have 37 creatures currently that I've pulled from the set. And I think what I'll do is I'll go through the other types first of all. So I've got a couple of artifacts in here. So when it enters the battlefield, well, this is Pillar of Origin, so when it enters the battlefield you choose a creature type, add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool, spend this mana only to cast the creature spell of the chosen type. We've got Vanquisher's Banner, which is another creature related artifact. So with this one you choose a creature type. When it enters the battlefield, the creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a creature spell of the chosen type, draw a card. In terms of the land, I've got the basic lands from the set. We've also got the appropriate check lands. So Rootbound Crag, Sunpetal Grove. Now you can see here there was a red-green one and there was a green-white, but there was no red-white for a check land because the check lands in the set were only allied colours. However, there was a red-white tap land which was included in the Planeswalker decks and the Deck Builder's Toolkit. So I've got that in here. And then we've got Unclaimed Territory, which is again a creature type dependent land. So it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type, it's not tapped, so it doesn't come into play tapped. So the moment it comes into play you can tap it for colourless mana, but if you want to generate mana of any colour, it has to be mana that's spent on the chosen creature type. So what else have we got here? We've got Instance, which is Dinosaur Stampede. So attacking creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. Dinosaurs you control gain trample. We've got Pounce, which is one of these fight cards, instance, where a target creature you control fights a target creature you don't control. We've got Demolish, so we can destroy an artifact or land. That was a reprint in the set. We've got Savage Stomp, so this spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a dinosaur you control. You put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then that creature fights target creature you don't control. So another fight spell with an additional twist. And then Commune with Dinosaurs. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a dinosaur or land card from among them and put it into your land. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Now there's some probably other cards I could include in here. I suspect there's some enchantments in the set as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Architect suggest those and see what it comes up with. So moving on to the creatures, I've pruned this down a little bit. So if I had chucked every single dinosaur in here, it would probably be, you know, getting up to around 40 creatures. So what I did is I took out some of the vanilla creatures, and I'm going to now go through, take out the rest. So anything that doesn't really have an additional ability that would synergize or have some utility generally in this deck. So this one actually makes dinosaur spells cheaper. It's actually a human cleric. It's not a dinosaur. Oh yeah, the other thing is anything which benefits dinosaurs but isn't a dinosaur will also be included in here as a creature. So that's why we've got these two here. So yep, so that one we can use to search for a dinosaur tutor. There's a life gain thing going on here as well. If you reveal a dinosaur card from your hand. There is another card I want to take out from here, I think. I'm trying to decide whether I want to leave in the life gain or take out. Yeah, you'll see in a moment. So as I go through, I'll work that out. Drover of the Mighty. So you can see so far, and no surprise, these being low mana cards, these cards are not dinosaurs, but you get additional benefits if you control a dinosaur, or it gives dinosaurs a benefit. This is a sort of dinosaur benefiting mana dork. So it's a 2 and a green for a 1/1. You can add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool, but additionally has this other ability on there. Okay, we've got one that just has vigilance here. I'm just going to leave that in. It's just a 2/2 though. That might be handy. I think I'll take out this with just the haste. Okay, another one that reduces the cost of dinosaur spells, so that's fine. Enrage. Okay, so this creates 3/3, so whenever it's dealt damage, it is a 1/1, so it would probably die. But we get a 3/3 green dinosaur creature cycle with trample. Sky Terror. It's got flying. It's flying and menace. It does have evasion on it. Okay. It gets 1/1 until end of turn if we control a dinosaur. But that makes it a 3/3. I think I'll take that out. Okay. We seem to be moving on to more of our dinosaurs now. Okay, creatures your opponent controls enter the battlefield tapped. That's good. Players can't gain life. So I think what I'm going to do is leave this in, but take the life gain stuff out. And I am. You see, I like the tutoring 3 and 2 green. It does only put it into my hand. Shuffle your library. So that's just 5 to get it into my hand. What's the highest dinosaur I have? It's 8. Okay, I'm going to actually remove this. You know, if it is highly ranked, then it's just going to appear back in the algorithm. Okay. Human Ixalan. Okay, so we're locking stuff down. Okay, so there's some useful enraged stuff here. Yeah, take that out. Again, it's referencing life. Okay, that's tapped down. 5/5 for 4. Can't attack or block alone. Yeah, I'll take that out. It's got reach. Okay. Yep. Flyer's always handy. Draw a card. It's got vigilance. +2/+0 if we control a dinosaur. Trample and haste. Trample, okay. It gives all dinosaurs haste. It's got token. 3/4 flyer, 4, 5. +1/+1 counters. Can block additional creatures. Counters. Damage. Can't be countered. It's got trample and 6/6. Double strike. +1/+1 for the dinosaurs. Creates tokens. Or it destroys all non-dinosaur creatures. Take that one out. Okay, it's 30 creatures. So I expect this to be, fairly creature heavy generally, but we might get stuff resuggested. So, 30, 35 creatures. So let's see, now we've done this, what happens here in terms of suggestions. So there's not many cards to add in this episode. So that was mostly about what not to include. I mean, I suppose we could have just shoved in every single dinosaur. But it's nice to have some slots to include dinosaurs in the next set as well. Okay. So one of the ones I removed was this. So we have double strike vigilance. Oh, you know who I'm tempted to put in here? My old friend. I wonder if it's not a dinosaur. Oh wow, we got tons of dinosaurs we could include. Makes you want to build a dinosaur toolkit, doesn't it? Well, I think it does. Oh, I don't want to go there. But that's an interesting thought. There's another one here with stops players gaining life. Okay. source would deal damage to any other dinosaur you control. Prevent all but one of that damage. Well, that's good because it's still dealing damage, so Enrage gets triggered. I'm just going to take out some other stuff here, although I've got to be a bit careful I don't end up with a massive mana hole. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to remove these, go back, and then re-roll the dice, so to speak, and just see what now gets suggested, whether they re-bubble up or we get something else. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, we don't have many slots left, but that's fine. So let's look at some instants and sorceries, artifacts, enchantments, and Planeswalker. I'm curious actually about, I think I'll do enchantments next, because I'm curious as to what gets suggested. Do we have any here that are specifically mention dinosaurs? I'm expecting to get stuff where it just refers to large creatures. I want that. Non-token creatures you can drive a riot. Okay. First creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Fine. Draw a card. Creature you can drive trample. Okay. Sounds good. Oh, yeah. So lots of card draw. beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control. Okay. Storm Surge looks very interesting. Yeah. It's interesting. What set is that from? Oh, the starter commander decks. Okay. Let's just have the original artwork, shall we? Is that the same? Yeah. Because I believe they're all reprints, aren't they, the starter commander decks? Oh, that's nice. Huh. Looks a little bit unusual. I'm trying to remember where Warstorm Surge came from. 12. There's also in the plane chase decks as well. I do apologise for my voice. It's, yeah. Had one or two problems for a while now. Not all the time, but obviously on a Thursday now, it's when I tend to shoot the videos back to back for the Magic the Gathering ones. By the time I get to the Commander Durdle, it does cause some voice problems. Unfortunately, we're getting that time of year in Nova Scotia now where it's getting pretty, well, it's not as cold as it usually is, but normally it's always this time of year I start to get a slight problem with my throat for the colder weather. Even though I do wear a scarf when I'm out. Right, artifacts. So running Arcane Signet. Ooh. Herald's Horn, nice. I mean, I could run all the signets. Might be fun, something I don't normally do. Whoops. Of course, there's Incubator. Why not? So I'm just gonna, this is the Commander Durdle, so let's durdle around a little bit. Where's that nice? Whoa, okay. Yeah, let's have that one for a change. Interesting, looks like Arcane Signet is in the starter commander deck, so I imagine that will bring the price down a little bit more, because that was originally printed in Throne of Eldraine. There we go. Original artwork. don't know if that's the oh yeah, there's the I'll have to excuse me while I swap out. I actually haven't done this for a while. When I first started this series I used to do this quite a bit. Let's swap out the artwork. Okay, so that's fine. And some I suppose I better add some instants and sorcerers, haven't I? I'm going to take a look at the land first though, because I'm just curious if it's going to suggest any of those flip lands. I don't think it will. Okay, so that one, that one. Maybe that one. A little unusual. That's in the starter commander decks as well. It's interesting, it looks quite different. Not sure why that is. Oh yeah, I remember that being in the commander's arsenal at first. That's nice. What's that from? Oh, the Brothers War one. Original. Right. How are we doing? Right, I better get on with this. Instants and sorceries. Oh, and a planeswalker probably. Let's see if we even get suggested a planeswalker. Oh look, there's a Etali. Yep, spits out dinosaur tokens. Path, swords. The Wild Speaker. And the usual green stuff. I suppose we should go with that. Cultivate, Farseek, Kadama, Rampant Growth. Then Migration. 102 cards. That was originally from Plane of Chaos, because that was quite an unusual thing for green to do. So it was a colour shifted card. And out. Worried about that one. Okay. Let's do that. It shouldn't be a problem, but I'll take it out anyway. Let's look at the curve and the balance. So we've got a bump around here. Oh, okay. So maybe what I'll do is slightly raise up my green and reduce the other two. Yep. Export that. And let us do some playtesting. We can still use the old playtester. So, let's have a look. So we got 4 lands, good. 2 green, a red, and colourless. We have a Path, a Thundering Spineback, and a Cultivate. got turn 3 Cultivate. This isn't going to come out until turn 8. Okay. It's a 7/6 as well. Turn 3 Raging Raptors. So a lot of this I'm not going to be able to test because it relies on me being having damage. So I'm just looking at how quickly stuff comes out, really, as often is the case when I'm doing these. So now yeah, I can really just choose here what I do. I could probably cultivate at this point, which might make sense. Is it one in the hand and one in the library? So planes. What do I want? Would be useful at this point. And a mountain, maybe. Yep. Shuffle the deck. Okay. Mountains. Let's get that out. I can cast that. And I could also cast that. That out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can get that out actually, and seven. Next turn, so we get that out. Draw. Boom. Yep, and so on. So that's pretty cool actually. And then yeah, turn 8, so next turn that gets out. Good. Okay. Let me try another hand. Oh good. 4 land and a soul ring. And a signet. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So, what's that? Turn 2 Raptor Hatchling. Okay. My red. Play my soul ring. Soul ring into Selesnya Signet. Path. Play my Raptor. Got an Evolving Wilds as well, so can't complain about that. And the Raptor out. 4, 5, 6. Okay, how does that stack up? Not castable at the moment, but I do have an Evolving Wild, so I could crack that. Get myself in a better position to cast this. Interesting. Yep, so I can crack that. For a mountain. It does come into play tapped. So with that tapped, we're still not in a position to play anything here. That's fine. But I can play a Drover of the Mighty. And I do control a dinosaur, which helps. Gives it a doo-doo. Okay. Forest, so yeah. Things are looking good. So this would now be playable. I think. 2 red. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Easily. Could I play this? So what's that? Red, green, white. So red, green, white. I need to use the Forester for this. So oh, not quite. Sorry, red, green, white. Need a red for this. 2 and 2. No, yeah, just 1 short. Okay. So next turn, so I can get this out. Play my forest. Get that out. I've got a Rogue's Passage. Comes out. Mirari's Wake. Boros Signet. Excellent. And more dinosaurs. Cool. Okay. This is the first bad hand, a single mountain. Let's just see where that takes us. Can't cast that, so we're already stuck. Okay, so we're already a couple of drops behind, and we can get the Signet out. Then we've got a Path of Ancestry. Yeah, not particularly good. Okay, 2 forests. Do we have any 2 drops apart from Pounce? No. Oh, 3rd forest. We can get our Cultivate out, so we can fix the mana. And what do we do? Plains, enchantment. Cool. So far we've had one bad hand in terms of land. 1, 2, and a Selesnya, and a Kadalma's Reach, which is a 3-drop. We've also got a Commune with Dinosaurs. Commune with Dinosaur. So it's a tutor for a land from the top 5. Yeah, this will be a bit slow, this one. That's better. That. Yeah, so we are getting the occasional 2 or 1 hand with no... That's a bit better, that draws out. Yeah. I won't necessarily do it, but I'm thinking I could nudge up the lands a little bit. At the expense of certain dinosaurs. I don't know, maybe I'd want to take out, say, something a bit further down or further up. There was, I think, a couple here that were just large dinosaurs, so yeah, I suppose I could take out 1 or 2 from here or another. I don't really want to mess with my artifacts. I mean, I haven't seen this yet. It hasn't caused me any trouble. The signets seem to be super helpful. So maybe a signet and a creature, or take that up to maybe 37. Yeah, so there we have it. That's the Gishath Sun's Avatar Commander deck. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in the next episode.